Hello all, Tony here. US equity markets finished lower on Friday and for the week, weighed down by uncertainty from the Middle East conflict, surging energy prices, and the rising threat of central bank rate hikes in response to persistent inflation risks. Nowhere is this uncertainty more visible than in oil markets and the Middle East, which continue to hold a vice-like grip on all other asset classes. Over the weekend, President Trump delivered a high-stakes 48-hour ultimatum directed at Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz or face strikes on its power plants. In response, Tehran has vowed to completely close the Strait of Hormuz and target key infrastructure across the Gulf region. With approximately 24 hours remaining on Trump's ultimatum, the market response to this escalation has been somewhat mixed, with some markets perhaps taking a more optimistic view that Trump cannot realistically deliver on his threat, given the immense risks that it brings. Let's take a look at the charts of the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones to see how they look at the start of this new week. Okay, so we have some interesting developments in the NASDAQ. Now, for many weeks, we've been talking about the idea that the NASDAQ really has been in a correction or a consolidatory phase since hitting this high here in late October. And the view was largely based on the idea that it would hold above, firstly, the 200-day moving average, which is this orange line, and above this low from the 21st of November at 23,854. Now, what you can see into the end of last week was, firstly, a break below the 200-day moving average, which is a negative, and then a break below this 23,854 low. So what this does is it does bring into question the idea that we are in a correction and potentially something more protracted is happening to the downside in this particular market. Now, what that suggests to me is we need to see the NASDAQ get back above this 200-day moving average and back above a band of resistance coming in around 24,500-ish to really negate the breakdown we saw into the end of last week, and to put it back on the plane where we think that this is part of a correction. Now, if we don't see it get back above the 200-day moving average and it can't get back above resistance around 24,500 to 600, then you would probably think that the NASDAQ is going to take another leg lower down into this support here around 23,000 to 22,800, coming from these lows back here, August 2025 and September 2025. Now, I want to bring up the weekly chart of the Dow Jones. We did see a break of important weekly trendline support about 4 weeks ago, and that has taken the Dow Jones back towards some very important horizontal support coming in just above 45,000. So that is a really important area of support, which this down push is going to need to confront in the coming sessions. Now, if it can hold above this 45,000 support area, then it needs to get back above the 200-day moving average and then potentially get back above this 47,500 area. But what you can see here is that the head and shoulders topping pattern we spoke about played out to perfection. Once we got that sustained close or break below the neckline, it pushed down towards the target, which was around 46,500. There was a bounce there for a few days, and then it's continued on lower. And again, it's bringing us into this support coming from old highs around 45,000. So this level has to hold. If it can't hold this 45,000 support area, then you would probably be seeing very little support until it comes down towards 44,000. There's a cluster of support coming through here at 44,000. So that's how things stand as we start this new week. We have seen some preliminary technical damage in all the key US equity indices, breaking below the 200-day moving average. If it can't get back above this 200-day moving average in the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, there's a pretty good chance that this push lower into the end of last week is going to extend. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more market updates ahead.